When foreclosure gets real, what can you do? Well, if you've hit some bumps in the road of life and your mortgage has gotten off of track, there are things that you can do to avoid a foreclosure situation. Today, we're going to go take a look at a house that has been recently foreclosed upon and just hit the market as an REO listing. And we're going to talk about some of the things that you can do in order to avoid a situation like this for yourself. I'm Tony. This is Run the Comps. Here we go. Welcome back to Run the Comps, the channel that values up your real estate game. My name is Tony. I've been a licensed agent and an investor and a property analyst for well over 20 years, and I've seen some crazy things in my time. Today, we're here at a property that has been recently foreclosed upon and just came on the market as an REO listing. So, what do you say? Let's get right into it. Before we get started on our tour, let's talk a little bit about the history of this property that I was able to dig up through the local tax records and the MLS. The records indicate that this property sold back in 2023, around about November of 2023, to an investor. An investor purchased this property, and it looks like their intent was to do a renovation and resell it. This investor purchased the property off of the MLS. The property was openly marketed on the MLS, and the investor purchased it for $350,000. And at that time, the property looks like it was ready for some renovations. I mean, let's get some photos up here, and you could see that this property was mostly original. I mean, you still had dark paneling in the living room, carpet on the floors everywhere. The kitchen was outdated. The bathroom was outdated. Now, if we look at a historical CMA from the time when this property was purchased in 2023, you can see that this property was purchased for $350,000. It was only on the market for 9 days. I mean, the market was doing pretty well around here at that time when this property was purchased. Now, there's a specific comp on this list I want to point out real quick here, and it's 2418 Peachtree. Now, this property sold shortly after the investor purchased the subject property here, but the investor likely saw that take place, that sale, at $510,000 and used it as sort of a benchmark for when they got their renovations done. They probably thought, hey, now that the high water mark has been established, maybe we should list our property over that $500,000 price point. Then the subject property came back on the market in March of 2024. So these investors, it didn't take them long to get their renovations completed. They got the property back on the market and they listed it for $525,000. So let's take a quick look at the subject property's listing history when they put it on the market in March of 2024. So as you can see, they listed it at $525, and then they only had one price reduction down to $510 during 90 days of marketing for this property. And then the listing expired. And this is where things get a little bit baffling, because when the listing expired, it never came back on the market. I mean, it was off market from June of 2024 all the way until December of 2024. And seems like to me, they probably missed some good summer months of marketing opportunity there. So the property was really just off the market for about 6 months. And then suddenly in December of 2024, an appointment of substitute trustee was filed on this property. Well, what does that mean? That means the very beginning of a foreclosure action. And the appointment of a substitute trustee means that they've basically assigned this property to an attorney for a foreclosure sale. It's really unclear why the property was not being marketed during that time, between the summer months on in towards the end of the year of 2024. But most likely, they must have missed some mortgage payments somewhere along the way. Then as soon as that appointment of substitute trustee was filed, the sellers jumped back into action. Panic must have set in, I suppose. But they relisted the property again at $525,000 and then made one price reduction down to $510,000. But the property was only on the market for 29 days, and then foreclosure happened. Now in Texas, foreclosures only happen on the first Tuesday of each month. It's called Super Tuesday. I think Texas and Georgia are the only states that do this. But the foreclosure happened in January, and then the listing suddenly canceled. Because, I mean, why should that seller continue any further effort to sell it when it's not even their house anymore? So now the bank has just listed this property for sale at $449,000. Now we'll talk a little bit more about the pricing strategy in a minute. But first, what do you say we go take a tour? All right, this subject property sits on a cul-de-sac lot. It backs up to somewhat of a busy road. You might get a little bit of road noise, but it's not too bad. And you can see they've painted the outside brick. Really looks like they've got a new roof on that property. Now, their color choices really are lacking a little bit of imagination. Everything's kind of black and white. I'm going to take you around here, though. Um, they looks like they spent money on the roof, but these air conditioning units may actually be original with the property. They look at to be at least 15 or 20 years old anyway. So no telling how old those things are. But let's go inside and check it out here. It's not a bad renovation, but again, there's a little bit lacking in the color schemes. It's got a nice LVP floor. You've got this little office room up front here. And they've got all the windows tinted, which makes it really dark in here, but I'm sure that works well in the summertime. So this would make a good office. It does have a little closet over here. Is that a closet? Yeah, little closet, but there's just kind of a storage closet. There's not much going on there. And you've got a bathroom off of this room. Now, this is not just a half bath, but there's also a shower in here. I could get a light on there. So you've got this standing shower, nicely done. Pretty cool. So, all right, let's go back around this way and come on into the living room. Again, they've stuck with that black and white color scheme throughout the house, which again, to me, lacks a little bit of imagination. There's some things missing. There's no ceiling fan up in here. Looks like they might have, you know, might have they just painted up there? I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. But looks like the windows have been replaced. I mean, these are all kind of newer vinyl style windows. So that's a good thing. And then I noticed when we get in here, again, the color scheme just keeps going for us here, black and white. There's no dishwasher. Um, there's no oven range, so it lacks appliances. Now back here, you've got the laundry area, and not much to see here, but let's go on back this way. There's your back door, goes out to the backyard. Property does kind of sit up a little bit, and you can see busy road right there behind the house. Let's oh, let's go this way and check out the primary bedroom. Again, this primary bedroom it's on the first floor. It's a good sized room, new carpet. The windows have that window tint on them. So again, it's kind of dark in here, but I'm sure that's nice in the summertime. And then we've got the primary bathroom. Got a nice new shower stall here and new freestanding bathtub. Again, everything is kind of homogeneous with the black and white. And you've got a big walk-in closet here. So let's keep going. There's a couple of bedrooms upstairs. So let's go check that out. Oh, right over here. This goes out to a two-car garage. Nothing much to see out there. A garage is a garage, right? There's nothing unusual about it. All right, so we're going to go on upstairs. There's a couple more bedrooms up here. And we'll go to the front bedroom first. These are good sized bedrooms. Really good sized bedrooms here. And got a ceiling fan, new ceiling fan. I mean, everything in here is kind of new. What is in here is new anyway. Um, oh, where's the light switch? Eh, oh, there it is. There's a light switch. So yeah, now you can see this bathroom again. It's done a little different color than the one downstairs, but everything's new, clean, ready to go. Oh, you don't have a mirror up there. I'm sure that closet goes probably into an attic space where you can find one of the furnace units. And we've got looks like that might be a new water here. So that's a good thing. All right. We'll just keep going on our tour here. So this is the front bedroom. And then there's one more bedroom here at the back. Some nice built-ins, so whoever can have like a desk set up back here. That's pretty cool. Another good sized bedroom here. And this bedroom also has its own bathroom. Again, remodeled just like the one down the hall there. No mirror. So, a few little details are missing, but not a big deal. We're in McKinney, Texas. And so there's a lot of folks. This is been designated as a fast growing area. And a lot of folks like living here because of the schools. And, it's a very popular area. All right, so this property is a 2,210 square foot home, and it was built in 1984. They've got it priced at $449,000. So let's get the CMA up on the screen, the current CMA, and you can see that at $449,000 among the active listings, this one is priced about mid-pack, but it's not too bad. I think they'll probably start to get some interest in this property considering that it was previously priced much higher than that. Now, as we move down and we take a look at the sold comps for the area, you can see that the $449,000 list price for the subject is just slightly above the highest sale over the last 6 months. These are our trailing 6-month sold comps. And so at 449, it's a little ambitious, but it's in the ballpark, probably at a price point now where get some buyer activity. I mean, considering it was previously priced much higher than this, I'm expecting that they're probably going to get some traction and get this thing sold fairly quickly. Now, that group of sold comps has an average of 25 days on market. So that's really good. I mean, especially by today's standards where there are a lot of properties sitting stale in the market, staying on the market for much longer than they used to. But 25 days, I told you this was a pretty good area. People are very attracted to this area because of the schools and the community here. And so at 21 days, maybe one more price cut might be in order. But again, I think they're probably going to get some traction. If they make one more price cut, they're going to get an offer on this thing here pretty soon. Now, the takeaway from all of this today is that if you get in trouble with your mortgage, you can't just sit idle and not have your house on the market and not make mortgage payments, because then you'll end up like this seller. So your mortgage lender will likely work with you a little bit if you reach out, contact them, but also get in touch with a local market expert who can help navigate this troublesome issue. What you should be doing, what you can do, is get your property on the market and aggressively manage those price adjustments. Now, if you happen to be a buyer and you're looking to buy a foreclosed property that looks like a good deal, then again, I suggest getting a hold of a local market expert that can help navigate and find those properties for you and then help you make an offer on it, because a lot of times these properties that are listed as REOs have extensive amounts of instructions that go with them. And if you don't submit your offer just right, as the listing agent has put it out there for you, then it could disqualify your offer quickly, and you don't want that to happen. To conclude today's video, sellers, get some help if you're in trouble with your mortgage. Reach out, find a local market expert, contact your mortgage company. Buyers, well, again, same thing. Get a hold of a local market expert, because somebody else's misfortune could be your opportunity. And with that, I'm Tony. This is Run the Comps. I'm out.